Are you thinking about buying or selling a home, or are a real estate professional and want to keep up to date with the Twin Cities market news, stats, or trends? Then come hang out with us for a little while. Hi, I'm Kirk Duckwall, and welcome to the Twin Cities Real Estate Show. Today, we're going to be talking about insurance, and there's a lot that is good information to know about homeowners insurance policies, especially, as a homeowner, or if you're thinking about buying a home. And it means it's part of the process. It's one of the things that I know we talk about with our first-time home buyers, the importance of getting a good insurance quote, shopping around. We're going to talk about some of the red flags to look for when shopping for insurance. But we have James Thovson with the Preserve Group joining us today. Thank you for coming in. And as always, Chad Priebe, or as most of the time.
Yeah.
Unless you're out of town or something like that.
Yeah, we do vacations every now and then.
Yes. Well, I think we all took our string of vacations here this summer, just alternating. So
Right. Well, it's good to be back. Guys. Good seeing y'all.
Mm-hmm. So, James, you and I have known each other for a while now.
Coming up on 7 years, I believe.
Really? Okay. Awesome. I was trying to think exactly how long it was. 7 years. And so, I got to meet you kind of through an introduction through a neighbor, but also with persistence, I guess is the best way to put it. And what I really perceived as a consistent striving for good service. And that's something that's held true for the last 7 years. But why don't you tell us a little history about how you got into insurance and kind of maybe where you had come from? So.
Sure, absolutely. So I had spent 10 years in the auto industry, and it was time for a change with 4 kids at home, not a lot of flexibility. And I wanted to become a business owner, and the insurance path gave me that opportunity. So 7 years, I learned a lot.
Were you in car sales then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so you kind of, still going from kind of similar career type, but with a little more, controlled hours, I guess is the best way to put it. But of course, as you say, you were still picking up the phone after the 4th of July, thanks to Carly.
So. That's right. More flexibility in the insurance industry. Ultimately, I like people and I like helping people, and obviously both of those industries gave me that opportunity. So a lot of people in the insurance world, consumers don't know what they don't know, and so I take pride in taking the new homeowners and educating them on the process and helping them know what to look for, what not to look for, and obviously follow up with high quality service, which hopefully you've both experienced.
So
sure.
Now you've been in insurance for about the same amount of time as we've met, right? For about 7 years now. Mm-hmm. So what do you see as like some of the pros and cons of like the big box insurance companies that are out there versus the more independent brokerages? Are there pitfalls that you see for either, positives you see for either?
Sure, absolutely. So the big companies you see on TV every single day, on basketball hoops on TV, they have market share because of their ad budget.
I watch hockey.
They're huge.
I still see the insurance.
They're huge. So everyone knows who they are, brand recognition, so they have a lot of people that have policies with them. The smaller independent side, they're smaller companies. They offer the same coverage. Oftentimes, they're a little bit better premium. And so an independent broker has the ability to work with dozens of different companies to tailor it towards a specific customer, because not every big box insurance company is going to have the best premium for every client. So by working with a broker, an independent, you've got a better chance of saving money. And
do you see like policies getting spread out then, where somebody who maybe, like myself, a business owner or something like that, where my home is with one company? I'm just saying from the independent side of things, maybe my business is with one company, and then because rates are better somewhere else for my home, that's with another company versus all under one.
Yeah, absolutely. That could be the case. Obviously, we want to get you the best option for you that provides, obviously, the best premium. So we have those options, and it wouldn't be abnormal to see that situation where you have a home policy with one carrier, auto with one carrier, business with a different carrier, but all under the same umbrella, under the same, insurance group.
Gotcha.
So what I think I hear you're saying is being with a broker, you have options for all your clients, right? Because every client's going to have a different scenario, whether it's credit, maybe different liability situations in the past. So you have an open door to serve pretty much any kind of client, whether they have a lower credit score, a higher credit score, whatever it is. There's a lot of factors that go into making a premium, kind of like mortgage shopping.
Well, I was going to say,
the formula.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I know with your company, you have places you can shop around to as well, outside of just ones that are held within Bell. Am I correct?
Correct. Yeah. So there are other options we can look at. We're not a broker, but we do have other corresponding lenders
yes,
that we can reach out to in certain situations.
Yeah, I mean, I think the way you explain it, I mean, it'd be like if we were listing houses, but the only ones we could show or sell were the ones that we had listed. Obviously, it's better for the consumer to have lots of choice out there. Do you notice or have any stats as far as percentages where how much that can save somebody?
I don't have numbers handy. You can see commercials.
Spit it out. No,
you can see commercials on TV where some of the carriers say, 15 minutes will save 15%. Save an average of $747 a year. I don't have numbers, but I can tell you that having multiple options versus one is always going to be better, and that positions me to better serve my clients, to better serve future clients, just ultimately looking out for their best interests and getting them the best coverage and the best premium.
Well, and when I was looking through the list of insurers, some of those insurers that you guys offer are big companies too. It's kind of where like you're saying, going around from that you can have a loan officer that works at a specific bank, or you can have somebody who's going over to another larger bank, right? They're picking from these different ones, really shopping, looking for the best pricing out there. So,
right.
That makes complete sense. Now, we got about a minute or so left of this segment, but you also, within your company, you yourself have a little team, right? And you can service kind of multiple avenues.
Right, absolutely. So personal lines, commercial lines, we can do anything. And with these more and more companies that we work with, we have more and more options. So different types of commercial businesses. That's an area that we want to focus on. But personal lines is where my specialty and my niche and my heart is. But no, on our team, we do have commercial.
Now, when you say personal lines, that's the home, auto, life, cabin,
umbrella,
which we're going to talk about here in a second. Am I missing any? No? Okay, so you're going to make me extend into this commercial break here. No, that's fine. So when we come back, we're going to talk a bit more about the process and some of the red flags to look for when you're shopping for insurance. I think that's an important one, because I've definitely had many conversations with clients who maybe didn't go down the right path of insurance, and they're like, oh, what should I do? When it's time for a roof replacement and not everything's getting coverage. What is the right coverage to have? The umbrella policy piece. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back. Kirk Duckwall here again with the Twin Cities Real Estate Show. Our local sponsors are BRIX Real Estate, Network Title, Eric Bloomstrand and Chad Priebe with Bell Bank Mortgage, and James Thovson with the Preserve Group.
When shopping for a mortgage, there is a formula to get the best rate. With the market today, knowing this formula is more important than ever. My name is Chad Priebe with Bell Bank Mortgage. I have over 20 years experience in the mortgage industry and in home buying education. I'd like to share this useful tool with you to help you shop for your mortgage. You can find me at chadpriebe.com or call me at 651-207-9274.
Hello, my name is James Thovson with the Preserve Group. Anyone can sell you insurance. However, is it going to be the insurance you need? When life surprises pop up, you want the right coverage. When it comes time to find or renew your policy, give me a call. I would love to review your existing policy and show you what I can do for you. You can email me at james@mypreservegroup.com or give me a call at 651-728-4334.
Hi, I'm Kirk Duckwall with BRIX Real Estate and the Twin Cities Real Estate Show. Buying or selling a home is one of the biggest financial transactions people make. Before you make your next move, download our free Smart Home Buyer or Smart Seller guides to give you the edge in our real estate market. From deal hunting to knowing the right repairs for maximizing value, these free guides have it all. Check them out and more at BRIXTwinCities.com under publications. Welcome back to the Twin Cities Real Estate Show, here with James Thovson with the Preserve Group, talking about homeowners insurance, insurance in general, some good questions, things to think about. If you have any questions for us, you can give us a call after the show, 651-303-0019. Again, 651-303-0019. Also, if you have questions, you can submit them at TwinCitiesRealEstateShow.com. Again, that's TwinCitiesRealEstateShow.com. Any show topic ideas, love to hear them. You can submit those there as well. Always happy to get feedback on that. So
That's a good point you brought up, Kirk. I mean, we're always looking for new topics. So if you are listening and watching the show, please do that. We want to know what you're looking for. We want to answer your questions and make sure we're providing.
Most of the topics come up from when we're out and about with our clients,
right,
and the questions that we have. But would love to know the questions that you have.
Absolutely.
So, again, please submit those. TwinCitiesRealEstateShow.com. Okay, one of the things that we're talking about our relationship, 7 years here. 7 years, isn't that like the 7-year itch? Then. No, just kidding.
It's just under 7 years. But.
Right. Right.
No, so that, from a real estate agent perspective, you make the process so smooth and flawless, and from the introductions to the clients, getting them what they need, getting you what they need, or the loan officers what they need, because it can be a mad scramble, like we were just talking about before the show, right? That having the right people on your team makes a big difference on making this process smooth.
Exactly. I'm going to piggyback on that. I was going to say that too. As a consumer, when you're shopping for your insurance, in especially first-time home buyers, education, right? You want to be educated on what you're doing. I will say, when I hand a client over to you, the education piece, I hear it from the clients, that you educate them on what they're purchasing. That's a big deal, right? And I know we're going to go into different types of things that go with your policy, like umbrellas, and these are things that people need to know about.
Right.
Absolutely.
Having the right coverage is really important. But yeah, I mean, it's just getting to the closing table and having all the ducks in a row. You make it great, and then your follow up. I know you were talking to me some of the benefits of the Preserve Group. I mean, you're going to have this, and maybe you can say it better than I am, but what's the process for checking up every year to make sure that you're getting the best pricing?
Sure. They'll obviously, have coverage with a certain carrier, and if they get a rate increase, they'll get proactive communication saying, would you like us to look for another option? So, unfortunately, costs are increasing across the board for everything, as all you consumers know, gas, lumber, everything essentially. So that's going to be the case with insurance as well.
So let's kind of hone in on that for a second, which is the rising homeowners insurance rates that we're seeing. This is something I know that you're taking into consideration on calculations now with home purchases. That, I mean, we used to kind of like it was a $1,100. You just put that down. That's right. The estimated for a particular home. If we're talking median sale price range, and now, I mean, what have you seen?
I would say usually I would quote like $1,500. I think that would be kind of in the middle, right? If you're going to come in at $1,300, or if you're going to come in at $1,700, $1,500 a year premium was average let's say a year ago. Now I'm thinking what I'm doing is quoting between 18 to 2,000, right? And that's not a precise quote. I'm not an insurance agent, but what I do provide to my clients is an estimate to give you an idea what that's going to be, and I want to be close with that. So with rising costs all over the nation and every industry, you can talk more on that too, but people have to be in the mindset when you're shopping for insurance. It's not the cheapest premium that you can find, but the best product that's going to provide you that premium, right?
Right. I mean, I've again, as I mentioned, I've had a few clients. They go down their own path with insurance, and they get the phone call, "Hey, my basement flooded, but I'm not covered," right? Or why is it I'm only getting $3,000, $5,000 for my roof? But yeah, on that rising rates, obviously inflation out there is that the primary driving factor, or are there other things that are going on?
Primarily, each individual company has to maintain a level of reserves to pay their claims. Mm-hmm. And so when there's major catastrophic storms, like we've had in Twin Cities in May, I think we had 3 in Wisconsin, hit Wisconsin and Minnesota, that's going to have an impact on companies. And obviously the bigger the company, they can spread their risk. They don't have all their eggs in one basket, but some companies that are more regional, that has a greater impact. So obviously the amount of losses that occur, and then the rising costs. So the rising costs, unfortunately, impact everybody, and of course, it also impacts insurance companies, because to replace your goods, we have to go to the marketplace and buy them the same place that you would.
Yep, material prices and all of that figured out. Yeah, makes sense. Okay, so let's kind of get into the shopping process. We've got about 5 minutes in this segment left. So take your time. What are some of the red flags? How would you say, if you were to go shop for insurance, if you weren't an insurance person yourself, like what is the advice that you would give as far as how to the things that you should be looking for?
Sure.
Or avoid.
Unfortunately, our industry is doing a little bit of a disservice where everything is accessible online, which is convenient. However, without an insurance professional giving you advice on what you need, you can get yourself in a trap. Whether it's not enough coverage, whether it's not the correct deductible, all sorts of things that can come at the wrong time when you find out at claim time that, oh boy, I didn't have sewer backup or sump pump endorsement, or, oh, I didn't realize I had a $5,000 wind hail deductible, which means that if you have a windstorm, you pay a $5,000 deductible, not the $1,000 deductible. So that's the value I add, and any professional insurance agent is going to take the time to make sure that you have the proper coverage, because there are a lot of ways to save you money, but at the end of the day, is it really worth it?
Oh, and this is something that's hitting our industry as a whole. Anything real estate related, the online piece, right? There's these online real estate companies, and you look at the complaints, and it's all stuff that when you interact person to person, it avoids.
Right.
And I know, obviously, that we're seeing the shift to the texting and email, online, this, that, and the other thing. But at the end of the day, you look at the frustrations, and it all is avoided by not doing that. Yeah. Right, that having that in-person meeting, going through these things, kind of line by line, whatever it may be, going through a house with a professional agent that's showing you the issues, going and getting shopping for a home loan where somebody's talking through line by line the pros and cons of each different loan type, right? And when you just do the quick pre-approvals, right, for whatever that is, that's not there.
Right. I appreciate you said that, and for me personally as a consumer, I love going online, creating an account to make my payments, to maybe check the status of my payment. When you're purchasing a home and you're looking at buying homeowners insurance, very important to pick up the phone and call an agent that wants to be available for you. Right? Nights, weekends, whenever you need to call your agent, they should be available to you. You don't want to have to count on an online service, because you're going to go through frustration. You're not going to have good service.
Please enter pound and then your claim number.
Yeah, and then what James said, you may not be adequately insured, right? Your deductible may be a lot higher than what you thought, And that can be a very big problem when it comes to storm repair.
Right.
You don't want to have $5,000, you can't get your roof fixed.
You don't want to find out at claim time. You'd like to know ahead of claim time.
And the way to do that, folks, is to have an insurance agent that you can directly communicate with. Online is great for paying your bills and checking the status of your account.
I want to make sure I get this one in before the break. What is an umbrella policy?
Oh, yeah.
Great question. So if
You have a minute and 30 seconds.
If I could draw a picture, but if you can listen and see that you have a homeowner's policy and you have an auto policy and you might have a boat and you might have a cabin. What an umbrella policy does is
Tractor.
it pops up, or a tractor, and it extends liability coverage amongst all those different policies. So your auto policy might have a liability of $500,000 with a $1 million umbrella. Now you have $1.5 million. It extends to your tractor, extends to your boat. It's just an all-encompassing, very affordable additional liability.
And why would somebody need that?
Sure, great question. Obviously, it's extra layers of protection. A lot of times people that have a pool or a trampoline, when you risk...
By the way, I got one of those trampolines, so I might need some.
When you have more risk than the average individual and you have a lot of assets, even if you don't have a lot of assets, I think it's a good idea to have an umbrella. It's extremely, extremely inexpensive. And like I said, you have an accident with your boat, you hurt somebody, you have an accident with your car, you hurt somebody, something happens at your home. Like I said, it extends over all your individual risks.
Right.
Awesome. Well, we're going to take another commercial break here. When you come back, I want to kind of ask you what's your favorite part about what you do and maybe one of the best stories you've got about your time in your career. So we'll be right back.
Not every title company is the same. There are many people involved with each real estate transaction, and all of them need to be in the loop or a closing may get delayed. This is why the people at Network Title strive to provide swift scheduling and communication between the buyers, sellers, agents, and lenders. We know moving can be stressful, however, your closing does not need to be. Check us out online at network-title.com.
Hello, my name is James Thovson with the Preserve Group. Anyone can sell you insurance. However, is it going to be the insurance you need? When life surprises pop up, you want the right coverage. When it comes time to find or renew your policy, give me a call. I would love to review your existing policy and show you what I can do for you. You can email me at james@mypreservegroup.com or give me a call at 651-728-4334.
When shopping for a mortgage, there is a formula to get the best rate. With the market today, knowing this formula is more important than ever. My name is Chad Priebe with Bell Bank Mortgage. I have over 20 years experience in the mortgage industry and in home buying education. I'd like to share this useful tool with you to help you shop for your mortgage. You can find me at chadpriebe.com or call me at 651-207-9274.
Welcome back to the Twin Cities Real Estate Show. If you have any questions for us after the show or need any help with your real estate needs, please give us a call, 651-303-0019. Again, 651-303-0019. All right, James, before we get to my question here, how can people get a hold of you if they have insurance questions?
Sure, absolutely. James@mypreservegroup.com. Our website is www.mypreservegroup.com, and you can reach me by phone at 651-560-5335.
Is that your office phone or cell phone?
That is a cell phone.
Oh, nice. The one Carly used. All right, inside joke. Okay, what is it that you love the most about your job?
Sure, absolutely. We touched on the education point. Just taking new people through the process and helping them know that they're going to be properly covered down the road. It's gratifying to know I can provide value doing something as simple as insurance, but obviously, to them it's not simple because they've never bought a home before. Right. They've never done it on their own. They're young.
Yeah, it's the education piece in every part of our industry, I think is so important and underappreciated until somebody actually needed it, right?
Absolutely.
It's when they didn't have it and something goes wrong that they wish they had it.
Yeah.
I know, one of the reasons
So
we do the
true.
classes that we do is to go through that. And I know you've participated in those in the past. But yeah, being educated, making those right choices. I mean, I always talk about how, I'm helping people with one of the biggest financial commitments they'll ever make. And, for you, you're protecting one of those biggest financial commitments somebody will ever make. So it is so important to take that time up front. Give out that website again, if you wouldn't mind.
www.mypreservegroup.com.
All right, James. Well, I'd like to thank you for coming in. Maybe next time I'll have you tell your favorite story, but we're just running out of time here today. Yeah. So thanks as well,
Yeah,
Chet.
thank you. Good seeing you guys.
Any questions? You can hit us up 651-303-0019. Again, 651-303-0019. Would love any of your show suggestions as well. And if you want to check out any of our past shows, go to TwinCitiesRealEstateShow.com. There you'll see all of our past shows as well as our weekly Mastermind the Markets. Take care and have a great week. People always ask realtors, what is your commission? But what they should be asking is, what is your rate of return? Commissions only vary by a couple of percent from agent to agent. However, the price per square foot you get just based on their experience and the quality of marketing they use can vary by 10% or more. At BRIX Real Estate, our agents use the right marketing and have the experience to get you top dollar for your house. See what we can do for you at BRIXTwinCities.com.
Not every title company is the same. There are many people involved with each real estate transaction, and all of them need to be in the loop or a closing may get delayed. This is why the people at Network Title strive to provide swift scheduling and communication between the buyers, sellers, agents, and lenders. We know moving can be stressful, however, your closing does not need to be. Check us out online at network-title.com.
Don't forget to check us out online anytime at TwinCitiesRealEstateShow.com. There you can find all of our past shows, our weekly market updates, along with the latest and greatest searching and researching tools and our free publications to include the Smart Home Buyer Guide and the Smart Seller Guide, along with the BRIX Report. All of these free for you. If you have any real estate questions, please feel free to give us a call, 651-303-0019. Again, 651-303-0019. Happy to help answer any of your real estate questions or assist with your real estate needs.